Hello, lovely viewers, and welcome to another episode of Sessions with Koren. Last week, we looked at the very interesting topic of managing in a toxic workplace. We looked at some of the characteristics of a toxic workplace and how we can manage from an employer point of view and also from an employee point of view. Many of you have requested a part 2, so I'll definitely have to keep you posted on that. Today, we'll be looking at another interesting subject, the matter of your health. I know that you know that your health is your wealth. So what have you been doing as it relates to your diet? What are you eating really, and how is it affecting your body? Are you eating just to be satisfied, or are you eating for energy and vitality? How much are you moving? And how does what you eat and other lifestyle factors impact your overall health? Well, I have a very special guest today, and she's someone who's made a dynamic career change and now conducts wellness challenges that help men and women with detoxing, with weight loss, and feeling energized. Stay tuned as we share some vital and life-altering information with you after the break. Joining me now is Ms. Saran Davis. Saran is a holistic wellness practitioner. She started her journey in the corporate world with a bachelor's degree in law and was on her path to practice law when she had 2 major shifts. She then began to study natural health in 2011, and she's now a herbalist, a wellness coach, and a detox coach. Saran, thanks for joining me here. It's a pleasure having you. And I must tell our viewers that I am a proud graduate of one of your programs, and it was so helpful to me. How are you today?
Thank you so much. I'm doing well, Koren. Thank you for having me.
And you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So as we're talking on the matter of holistic health, let's first explain to our viewers who might or might not have an idea, what exactly do we mean by holistic health?
We're looking at the whole person, and I like to start there because sometimes we look at situations when we think about our health, we're more focused on moving your body or eating well. However, holistic health is a marriage between your mind, body, and your soul. Because the truth is, even if you eat well and you have conflict in your relationships, you don't feel well.
Yes.
So it is encompassing all of the different factors that make us whole beings. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. We don't just want to focus on one aspect. We want to look at the person in totality.
Totality.
But what made you get into this field, though? Because I'm understanding law makes a lot of money.
I know.
And to leave law to go into holistic and well-being and detoxing, what made you do that career shift?
You know, I had 2 very traumatic instances that I experienced in 2008 and 2009, back to back. I lost a best friend who was kind of like my go-getter type spirit. He was a practicing attorney at that time, and his life made me recognize that he was sent here to do law. And fast forward a year later, I went to spend time with my aunt, and I really saw the impact that cancer can have on the body in a short span of time. And so After she transitioned, my question to myself was, if we're trying to fight cancer, why are we eating cancer-causing foods? And that pivoted everything for me. And no longer was I concerned about the financial gains of law. I had to fulfill my purpose for being here. And that's what pivoted me in the direction of natural health, natural healing, herbalism, and the ancient practices that were very useful to our ancestors before.
Wow. I am so sorry for your losses. And out of it was born something really good that's helping a lot of people. So I'm really grateful for that. What are some of the key principles of holistic health that you would love to share with our viewers?
Well, I would say, first of all, we tend to discount our emotional body. We have a physical body and we also have an emotional body. And we tend not to focus on the wellness of that body. It's bringing into balance your relationships, you know, the way you be. Are you here fulfilling a purpose, you know, and not just going with the tides of the world and that type of thing. Some of the key principles, I would say, eating well, submersing yourself in nature, because that again grounds us and brings us that satisfaction in the soul, and also moving your body. So those are the basic ones. I think if everyone tapped into that, we would be happier, healthier beings.
Okay, thank you so much. So our viewers, eating well, movement, and submersing yourself in nature.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, I find myself most at peace when I'm close to water or
There you
greenery.
go. Exactly.
Yes.
And for most of us, it's really like that, but we
Yes.
overlook it and we do it every now and again. But if we had that integrated into what we do on a more usual basis, then it would be so much easier for us to get that benefit. And to get that
Definitely.
plus.
And it's nice if we can incorporate all three. Eat good
Yes.
food while you're
Yes.
in nature, and then you get some exercise
Absolutely,
after.
absolutely.
You burn it.
And then when we also think about submersing ourselves in nature or eating healthy, that is always tied together, because the truth is we're supposed to eat natural foods, and I think we have shifted from that direction significantly. A lot of our foods now comes out of packages, and we're just not eating close to home or close to nature. We have strayed so much, and we have trusted so many persons and corporations to feed us, and as a result of that, our health is in decline.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, since we're on the topic of food, what is should we eat just to be satisfied? What can you tell us about how we should eat? We eat every day, Saran.
Yes,
we eat 3 times a day, and some of us eat in between.
Right.
What's the connection between nutrition and our energy or vitality, who we are?
Wow, that's such a loaded question, and I love it. The truth is, a lot of us do exactly what you asked. We eat for satisfaction and emotional feel. And for many of us, you know, when we have stress on the job or stress in relationships, we go to emotional eating and doing things like that.
Yes.
And so that means that food has the ability to comfort us. But the truth is, we're supposed to be eating for energy. We're supposed to be eating for energy to do what it is that we need to do.
Yes.
Yes, we can occasionally look to food for comfort, but the truth is, food should be picked and chosen and selected based on the nutritional value that it has to give you energy. When we eat a lot of dead foods or, you know, low vibrational foods, it reflects on how we show up in the world.
Yes.
Our energy levels are compromised. We're always tired. You can't get to do the things that you need to do in a day because you haven't satisfied your nutritional content that you needed for the day. And so I just encourage people, going back to nature is always going to be a really good way of correcting those issues.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. That's food for thought.
Yes.
The thing is, eating for comfort. Sometimes you eat because you're stressed or you had a bad breakup, and you eat the food, you end up gaining 5 pounds, and the issue is still there.
Exactly.
So eating for comfort does not necessarily work as a long-term approach. As you mentioned, I can understand short-term once in a while, but the issues are still there. So we should deal with emotional issues as emotional issues and deal with foods for energy. What are some of the, tell our viewers, what are some of the foods that are good in terms of energy and vitality?
Okay, so your fruits are gonna be very high vibrational. It's the type of things that you see now. Watermelons are in season.
Yes.
You start your day on some watermelon, you feel powered up. And I know for the standard Antiguan breakfast, it's
Yes.
usually bread and saltfish. But I bet anybody challenge themselves to see what you feel when you run on plants. It's a different type of energy. Your digestive system has the ability to take a little of a rest because fruits are very easy to digest as opposed to breaking down the bread, the saltfish, and all the fats and all the different things that you would typically have. And so instead of using your energy for digesting the food, that energy goes into your reserve to move about, to get through your day feeling energized.
Okay, well, bread sometimes is cheaper. Sometimes the reason people eat what they eat, sometimes it's habit, sometimes it's expenses, but you mentioned watermelon is in season, so sometimes we can look for seasonal things that are cheaper. In terms of nutrition also, there's something else I wanted to ask about nutrition. Some people want to lose weight quickly. They want that energy you talked about, and so they will go on a 4-week fast, a 5-week fast, and I've done some of your challenges which have been helpful. What do you say to persons though who enter into these restrictive or fat-based diets? Is it sustainable?
That's a great question again, Koren. I think just the nature of the time, everybody's looking for a quick fix.
Yes.
We want what we want and we want it now.
Everybody's like carnival.
Right, we want it right now.
You want to lose a quick 5 pounds, yes.
But the reality is, how you got where you are right now, it took time.
It took time.
So it takes the same amount of time for you to correct the issue. The more we adjust our lifestyle as opposed to co-signing or, if you adjust your diet in a restrictive way, you're gonna lose weight. But what happens after? What happens when you go back to regular life?
Yes.
And so what I'm an advocate for is for us to make lifestyle changes.
Yes.
Making an adjustment. I know you mentioned about food, the healthier food sometimes being more expensive.
Yes.
But I tend to challenge people on that because I think what it is that our idea of healthy foods is what we have to readjust. Sometimes it's the simple things. Dums are in season now. Sometimes you pass on the road. That's breakfast right there.
I know, but dums don't fill our belly though.
And that's the thing. It would. If you tried it, if you got enough, and you also have your herbal teas that are very easily accessible. And if we did that, we would recognize that, it really isn't that expensive. But if you look at all the, all the things you see on Instagram and quinoa and all of that type of stuff, that's when the price gets a little bit steeper.
All right, so we can eat healthily on a budget, looking at local foods and being creative.
Absolutely.
All right. Absolutely. So tell us about movement. How often is that necessary? And the thing is, Saran, we talk about these things all the time, but I think in 2024, a lot of persons had resolutions to be healthier. And so hearing from you, I think, will really make a difference, just to remind the persons of what is really important. So tell us about movement.
Now, I think too often we get into the mindset that, I'm going to have to go to the gym. You may not have the money at the time, and so you say, okay, next month I'll do it. And you will save some money to do it. In the interim, you could be walking. Everybody has access to music at home. Turn the volume up on your favorite song, dance around your house, get a good sweat in, take a walk in your neighborhood. Simple things like that. We have 365 beaches. When was the last time you went for a dip? Try, swimming up and down the shoreline, walking up and down the shoreline. Simple ways that we can incorporate movement back into our regular routine makes such a huge difference in our experience in life.
Okay, so we don't have to go to the gym.
No, we don't.
We don't have to have a fancy outfit. We can walk. We can dance. I don't know many people that don't love dancing.
True.
We should have played some music here and done a little boogie, right? But we didn't plan for that.
Right.
So you mentioned the holistic part is the eating. You told us to eat well, use plant-based as much as possible, and the movement, incorporate it in any form.
Yes.
What about the other aspect you talked about, our soul, our spirit, that third part of it, being in nature? How is that that important to our overall well-being?
To me personally, you get to put life in perspective.
Okay.
When you're stressing over your bills, you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your mortgage and things like that, I challenge anybody to go on a hike.
Okay.
It puts life in perspective. It allows you to see that all of this, it's really so insignificant in our experience of life. You can still be happy, and your peace and your joy, it does not depend on the amount of money that's in your account. Life is very, very simple, and when we tap back into the simplicity of life, the simplicity of the blessings we have around us. Yesterday I did a hike and we went foraging for herbs. So much herbs, Koren.
Wow.
So much herbs. Everybody was gathering this, gathering that, getting plants. I got you hooked up. And you know, it's the simple things that we take for granted that we don't have to purchase. It's already there, and it has been here before we got here, and it will be here afterwards. You know, just tapping into that, it allows us to be grateful, and that energy of gratitude transforms every other aspect of your life.
I love that. I love the idea of gratitude. And you're right, when you go to the hike, it's hard getting up, but when you get to the top of that hill, you feel you see the whole world, and you feel like you're just a speck. And all the things you worried about, you're like, why am I worried about these things, you know? And so yes, that mental health and wellness and gratitude is very important. So for people who are very busy, we know people have to work, right? 9 to 5. Some people have a second job. People have parenting responsibilities, caregiver responsibilities. How do you fit in these wellness practices with a very busy lifestyle?
You know what? I tell people, prioritize you. You really have to choose you. I know right now self-love is everything.
Yes.
And we think to love yourself you need money, or you need to set aside a day or two, when in fact self-love is really decisions that you make daily. It's many decisions that you choose to love on yourself. So I would say if you have a busy schedule, it doesn't have to be an hour out of your day. It could be 15 minutes to de-stress, to breathe, to recharge, to have some me time, you know, and to just tap back into who you are, the essence of you. And I think if we're able to incorporate that frequently, then we would require a need for a longer break less often.
Viewers, 15 minutes a day, you're worth it. It's your life. So even if you're busy with work, with parenting, caregiving, all the issues of life, if you don't take care of you, you're not going to be able to do all these things. So please start with just 15 minutes a day. You deserve that. Okay? Saran, I'd like for you to tell us about a success story of someone who entered one of your programs. Because we're talking about a bunch of things, but we want people to know they actually work. So if you don't mind, can you share with us at least one success story?
So the Plant Power Detox, that's what it's called. And just like the name suggests, it's us being powered by plants. Eating plants only, nothing outside of plant family, no meats or anything like that, no dairy. But the truth is, Koren, the transformations that has happened over the years that I've been doing this program is so far and wide. We've had persons correcting acne. We've had persons with fertility issues being able to conceive. We've had persons losing a lot of weight. I think the record now stands at 18 pounds in 10 days.
Wow.
So that's major. You know, that's really not the intention behind the program. It's really to motivate lifestyle change. And so, you know, it's so wide. People being able to control blood pressure issues, readjusting how we think about food, our relationship to food, realizing that we're worth the time to cook and prepare food for ourselves. Also introducing us to the other plant-based restaurants that offer really, really good food, and so that we don't have to end up in KFC line. You know, and so it's all of that. It's just the whole marriage of wellness, and the success stories have been so many.
That's beautiful. That is really beautiful when we get back to plants. And it's good to know that we're worth it. Every single day we should start our day with such an affirmation. I am worth it. I deserve to have a healthy body, a healthy mind, a healthy spirit.
Yes.
And my body was made to move. We need to have a movement whereby we start our day with these affirmations to carry us through the day.
You sound exactly like, like a graduate of the detox.
Yes, yes,
Because that's how we
yes.
start our day. We start our day with an affirmation. We also use music as well to keep people fired up. I think people look at music as something just entertainment, but it's actually a way that you can program your mind to do the things that you need to do. It's something that plugs right into your subconscious. So if you listen to music that encourages healthy living and wellness, it's going to be planted in your subconscious, and you find yourself moving and doing things, not realizing that it's that seed that was planted. From the song.
Yes, absolutely. You have a date for when the next challenge starts?
We're on day 8 of the first quarter, so the next one will begin in April.
All right, so we'll put a note in the comments. Well, you've been so helpful, but guess what? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Tell me.
I have a mystery question for you from our previous guest, not related to your topic. So I'm putting you on the spot now. And the question for you today, Saran, is if you could choose anyone, dead or alive, to be your mentor, who would it be and why?
That's a challenging one. Okay. If I could choose a mentor. Wow. Because there's so many persons that I would love to have conversations with.
Yes.
You know what? Just choosing one randomly, I would actually say Marcus Garvey.
Okay.
And
why is that?
My reason for picking him is his ability to do what he did in a time when the odds were against him.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
He was Jamaican, and the way in which he was able to galvanize a movement, not many of us have been able to do that since then. So having that conversation as to what kept you going, what fired you up every day, I would love to have that conversation.
Wow, that's a great one. He really has been an influential person in our culture. Well, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure having you, and you have been so helpful to our viewers. Viewers, we will be back with you right after this short break. Welcome back, welcome back. After that beautiful conversation, I would like to leave you with 5 tips for your holistic health and well-being. The first one is ensure that you have a balanced and a varied diet. Make sure your diet includes a variety of nutrient-dense foods as natural as possible. Aim to incorporate a colorful array of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats into your meals. This diverse intake provides essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support overall health. You are what you eat. Mindful eating practices. Some of us are always eating in a hurry. Adopt mindful eating habits by paying attention to when you're hungry and when you're full. Savor each bite and avoid distractions while eating. Mindful eating helps cultivate a deeper connection with your body, promoting healthier food choices and preventing overeating. Take time to appreciate the flavors and textures of your meals. Hydration. Hydration is key. Stay adequately hydrated by drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Water plays a crucial role in various bodily functions, including digestion, nutrient absorption, and temperature regulation. Please limit the consumption of sugary beverages and opt instead for water, herbal teas, or even infused water to support overall hydration. Incorporate regular physical activity. As we said, it doesn't have to be in a gym, but you can do whatever you enjoy. It could be simply walking, swimming, riding a bicycle, dancing, practicing yoga, anything that's movement. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. You can decide if it's cardio, strength training, whatever works for you. As recommended by health authorities, regular movement not only supports physical health, but also contributes to mental well-being, reducing stress and promoting a positive mood. And the last one, listen to your body. Pay attention to your body's signals and adjust your eating and movement patterns accordingly. If you're hungry, nourish your body with a balanced meal. If you're fatigued, consider incorporating restorative activities like stretching or even improving the quality of your sleep. Understanding and respecting your body's needs are important to promoting holistic health. And please check with your physician before you start any exercise program if you're having some sort of extra issues. Time now for your golden nugget. Health is like money. We never have a true idea of its value until we lose it. Viewers, don't wait until your health is compromised to start scrambling to try to regain it. Start today. Drink your water, move as much as you can, eat as healthily as you can, and take care of your mental health. Remember, 15 minutes a day is our deal. I'll be checking up on you. Check out our past episodes on YouTube and send in your questions and comments. We love hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Take care.